Determine the tension in the string while the system is at rest. Okay, let's take a look. So this is the Prelim exam 2025 paper 1. Block A has a mass of 5 kgs and block C has a mass of 3 kgs. Block A is placed on a rough table with a coefficient of static friction of 0.2. Block A and block C are connected via a light inextensible rope over a frictionless pulley, and block B is placed on top of block A. It's shown in the diagram below. The system is only just at rest and on the point of sliding. Right. And then 2.2, determine the tension in the string while the system is at rest. So there's tension between A and C as they are connected by a light inextensible string. So A, I'm very hesitant when it comes to using A because there's B on top of A, of which I don't even know the mass of B. So it's better if I try find a way to use C in order to find the tension first. If that does not work, then I'm going to be forced to use A and B. But initially, it's better if we start with C because we have all the variables that we need with regards to C. So let's take a look. 2.2. So what can we do then? So first things first, we need a free body diagram, obviously, just to see what is happening, right? I don't even know if the free body diagram is going to come in handy, but I want to see what is happening. I want to be one with the question, right? Understand the situation, see what is going on. So first things first, there's weight, right? Because weight is always there, right? So we have weight. What else do we have? It's hanging on a string. So we have tension, which is upwards, right? So we have tension. So when it comes to C, these are the only two forces that we have. And these two forces are equals to each other. As the question says, the system is only just at rest and on the point of sliding. So we know that the tension is equals to the weight. Right, so there we go. We can use C in order to find the tension. We'll say that the tension is equals to the weight. We know that the weight is mass multiplied by the gravitational acceleration. So that is going to be 3 multiplied by 9.8. Right, and now I just need to substitute that in my calculator. And then says 29.4 newtons, right? Because it's tension, it's a force. So there we go, 2.2, pretty much straightforward. Let's take a look at 2.3. Draw a labeled free body diagram showing all the forces acting on block A. So first things first, weight, right? And then we're gonna think after, right? So we have the weight. Now we can start thinking. So we have the weight. We have the tension as well because A and C are connected by a string, right? So we have tension going to the left, and then we have some coefficient of static friction. So that tells us as well that we have some frictional force, which will be in that direction. It will be to the right because the system is about to start sliding to the left. So the frictional force should be to the right. So that is tension, frictional force. Weight, what else do we have? Is resting on a surface, right? A is resting on a surface. So obviously we're going to have the normal force, right? But on top of A, we have B. Obviously B exerts a force on A downwards. So we have weight and the force as a consequence of B. As for which is greater than which, it does not really matter. You can make FB to be greater than weight. You're still going to get all the marks. Because at this point, when you're drawing the free body diagram, well, we know the weight, but we don't know the mass of B. So we cannot conclude and say whether FB is greater than weight or weight is greater than FB. All options the two options are going to be fine. So that is 2.3. Let's take a look at 2.4. Right. So 2.4. What is happening? Calculate the minimum weight of block B needed to prevent block A from sliding. Minimum weight of block B needed to prevent block A from sliding. So let's see. We have a free body diagram here. So where does block B feature on this free body diagram? We have the tension. We can equate the tension to the frictional force because we know that those two should be close to each other because the system is only just at rest. So let's see. we can say that F net is equals to MA, right? And then the tension minus the frictional force should be equals to 0 because the system is only just at rest. So what are we saying? We are saying that the frictional force is equals to the tension, right? And then here in the frictional force is where we are actually going to have the mass of B, which we are looking for. So we're going to have the coefficient multiplied by the normal force being equals to, well, maybe I should write that a little bit closer. The coefficient multiplied by the normal force being equals to the tension. We know the value of the tension is 29.4. So the normal force in this instance will be, right, let me calculate the normal force, will be the mass of A, which is 5, plus the mass of B, which is what we're interested in essentially, multiplied by 9.8. So we have multiplied by 9.8. So the normal force 5 multiplied by 9.8, that is 49 plus 9.8 mass of B. So there we go. We're going to have the coefficient, which is said to be 0.2. So we have 0.2 multiplied by 49 plus 9.8 mass of B. And this is equal to the tension, which is 29.4. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to divide both sides by 0.2. And then when I do that, 29.4 divided by 0.2, that is 147. So 9.8 as MB, the mass of B, is 147, minus 49, which is 98. So the mass of B is equals to 10 kilograms. So calculate the minimum weight of block B. Oh, the question says the minimum weight. So I'm not actually looking for the mass. I'm looking for the minimum weight. So needed to prevent block A from sliding. This is the grade 12 final examination. Like the grade 12 final examination. The examination that decides the future of most people. So let's take a look at what's happening. So Friday, the 31st of October is mathematics paper 1. And on the following Monday, the 3rd of November, is mathematics paper 2. Right, that very same week that you write mathematics paper 2, you write physical sciences paper 1 on Friday. And on the upcoming Monday, you write physical sciences paper 2. But let's be honest with each other. There's still a few topics that you're struggling with in math and science. If you go to my YouTube bio, you'll find 3 links: book one-on-one session, course, and email. So where you want to click on is book one-on-one session. You've taken a step in the right direction, and now it's time for you to book a session with me. One-on-one session is focused support tailored to your needs, and the group session is an interactive session for you and your friends. So you can invite your friend, a few friends, and then we can have the session together. So let's say you want to book a one-on-one session. So you're going to click on that. You'll decide on how long you want the session to be. Do you want the session to be an hour, 1 hour, 30 minutes, or 2 hours? Let's say you want the session to be 2 hours, right? So now it's time for you to select a date. Let's say you want to have the session on September the 4th. So you're going to click on that. And after you do that, you're going to see the available times. So if 5 p.m.s work for you, you're going to click 5 p.m. And if 6 p.m. works for you, you're going to click 6 p.m. So let's say you want to book a session for 6 p.m. So you're going to click that. After you do that, there's a few information that I need. First things first, I need your name. So let's say, for instance, your name is John, right? The second thing I need is your email. So john@gmail.com, right? And then I need your number as well. Another important detail that I need is the topic that you need help with. So let's say, for instance, you need help with acid and bases, and to be specific, pH calculations. If you have any further question, you can WhatsApp me or give me a call on the number provided, or leave a question and I will give you a call, right? And after you do that, you just need to make a payment to the account provided based on the amount of hours that you want. Final exam is around the corner. You need to act right now. Can't wait to hear from you. Okay, so the minimum weight will therefore be 10 multiplied by 9.8, which is just 98. Yeah, 98 newtons. Yeah, I almost missed the point right there. I knew the physics, but I almost missed what the question was looking for. So, right, that is the weight. So, essentially, it implies that we can just set up an equation for the weight at this point as well, and just use that. Yeah, but ultimately, we should get a weight of block B being 98 newtons. Here we go. Let me know which video you want me to do next in the comments.